IVC Dow Gatefold 33 here to make another video, and yeah, don't worry, this is not a fines video. However, it's another tag video, so you'll go, oh no. Yeah, so Kostis in Greece, Legopaidi is his channel name. I'll put a link. Started a CD 2023 tag. I've seen a number of entries and I thought, okay, I'll have a go. I'm a bit late, but you know, we're nearly at the end of February, but hey ho. So he's asked 20 questions, I think it's 20. So I've had I've had a delve around. A lot of it was kind of stuff that was within reach, that fitted the bill, and then some of the questions were a little bit more testing, that I had to go and actually dig around downstairs in the CD drawers to find something that fitted the bill. So kind of got some stuff. I'll where are we? Got two piles of CDs here. I'll try not to drop them. Okay, first one up, 2022 new release or reissue. So I'm going to show this one just because. So this is the 2 CD version of the Kinks reissue they did last year of Muswell Hillbillies and Everybody's in Show Business, and it was basically, it's pretty much the 2 records with a few extra bonus tracks. Because I've already said I was really disappointed with the way that they packaged even this. Look, I mean, look at that shoddy. The cover is just, that's how the box was as well. Just the two albums just kind of thrown on the surface and photographed. So yeah, and I'm just so anti it that even last night an email dropped in my inbox while I was watching TV that the vinyl full deluxe box set, which I nearly bought but backed out of at £140, I think, from the Kinks site when it came out, when you got an extra bonus 7-inch or something. I had it in my basket and couldn't press pay. And then last night I got got an email saying it was £50 on the Kinks store, £50 for the vinyl box set, and I put it in the basket and I still couldn't pay. I took it out and thought, I can spend £50. I've said so much about this. I cannot bring myself to pay, even though it's £50 plus shipping, for it. So I'm going to stick with this. Sorry, Kostis, I've ruined your tag by having a bit of a rant there. Yeah, last CD bought. Well, I buy CDs all the time. I'm buying CDs as much as I'm buying vinyl. But one that I've been hanging on, and this has kind of been influenced by the fact that I'm having a bit of a vinyl cull. So one of my favourite albums is 1 Year by Colin Blunstone, and Sundays put out a 2-disc vinyl version of this last year, 2021 in fact, and I put it in my Amazon wish list and was watching the price on it, because it's Sundays, it'll be imported, it's always quite high, around the £40 mark. And then kind of like influenced by the colour, I've got a really lovely original copy of 1 Year, but I wanted to hear the almost full album of alternate and bonus sort of cuts. So I decided finally the other day, actually I'll buy the CD version. It was, you know, a lot cheaper, yeah, so I've got that for the extra tracks, if you like. First CD, I've shown this before. So I got my first CD player in 1987, and where I was living at the time, there was very little access to CDs, and there weren't many, the record shop didn't have CDs in them, and so I bought from a local supermarket, small supermarket, that had a single carousel, and so very little choice, all rubbish, and I ended up, this was the first CD that I bought, Level 42's Running in the Family, which came out in 87, to test my new CD player, test its patience probably. A CDR demo or DIY, so this is DIY CDR. So I've got, well, this is Weird Shear compilation 3. I've got 1 and 2 as well. Came out on the, what is it, A Year in the Country album. It's certainly put out, I think, by Sprotely Smith. Yeah, it's a comp of folky, weird, psyche folky. This is my favourite of the 3, I think, but they're all great. So that's a CDR DIY thing. CD last played. So again, I've had this. I've been a vinyl reissue of this last year that I again had in my Amazon wish list, and I was kind of clearing out my Amazon wish list linked to the cull, where I say, you know, I only want albums if I'm going to play them front to back, and I really want to enjoy the vinyl experience. And this one was in there, and so I've already got the CD. I bought the CD when it came out, so I played the CD again to say, do I love this enough to justify the, I think, £35 for the vinyl reissue? And decided that whilst I do really like the album, I didn't justify it enough to buy it on vinyl as well. And that's Paul Weller's 22 Dreams. Good album, but so I played this the other day just to kind of check my love, and it's a good album, but didn't justify me shelling out for the vinyl reissue. So I cleared that out of my wish list. A various artist CD, so I've got hundreds and hundreds. I'm on a quest to find, or to either, you know, just to kind of get all of this music that comes out on obscure genres, on obscure comps. But one that I absolutely love, not particularly obscure, but just seems to pull together such a fantastic set of songs in a fantastic sequence, or 3 sequences. This is a triple CD. Sort of fat box CD. The Weekend Starts Here, original 60s mod classics, and it's sort of psych soul mod, and this is great for the car. Absolutely fantastic. Happy to, you know, can put any one of these 3 discs on, and you know, if you can't think what to play, I can put that on, and it's great for a car journey. Single artist best of. Well, I don't know if this is a best of, but this is one I got not too long ago, actually. Gene Clark, Flying High. So Gene Clark, formerly of the Byrds, and obviously solo. And it's a double CD of sort of mixed of, if you like, deep cuts and well, hits. Didn't really have hits, but deep cuts and other tracks from Gene Clark. A box set. So I've gone with this. I got this a few years ago. This is the Tubby Hayes CD box set. A thick old thing. There it is, with a thick old book and a load of Tubby Hayes albums, all kind of reproduced like the original album sleeves. Horse and cart just going past the house. I'm gonna say a comprehensive book. I'm still, even though I got this several years ago, I have not absorbed this. I'd heard some Tubby Hayes, and I quite liked some Tubby Hayes, and this came out, and I was contemplating getting the vinyl box, but I thought, Dale, you don't really even know if you don't know Tubby Hayes, you don't even know if you like Tubby Hayes, and it was quite expensive. So this was about £50, I think, when I got it, and I thought, oh well, for 50 quid I'll get the CD. I mean, originals of these are hundreds of pounds to buy if you wanted to get the lot, probably thousands if you wanted to get the lot. So yeah, so kind of regret not getting the CD, the vinyl box, because it's supposed to be good mono pressings, but what am I going to do with these? That there, please don't fall over. Yeah, so but yeah, great box, and I need to absorb it. I've just been dipping in and out of it over the last few years. Oh blimey, I'm going on, aren't I? I'm going on. Right, CD of entire discography. So I'll go with this. I want, again, a cherry red grapefruit release. That is going to fall off in a minute. This is Tintern Abbey's B-side. It says there, The Complete Recordings. It's not a single disc, it's a double disc. But yeah, 60s, British 60s psych. Cardboard sleeve. So here we have, this is on the Wayside and Woodlands label, a very homemade, eco-friendly, recycled card sleeve that I got last year, Revisitations by My Autumn Empire. So there's that. CD single, I've gone with Amy Winehouse, Back to Black. I've got a few Amy Winehouse CD singles. Go with that. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Where are we? Double, triple CD. This is, again, quite a recent purchase. Again, after a decision not to go with the vinyl, I went with the CD issue that PJ Harvey put out, kind of to finish off her reissue campaign towards the end of last year. B-sides, demos and rarities that weren't already included in the demos discs that she's been putting out on vinyl, that I also bought a number of. CD looks like vinyl, so easy for me. Most months the freebie CD on the Uncut magazine is dressed up like a vinyl record, so I just had to pick one of those out. CD looks like a CD soundtrack. So one of my favourite films, he says, probably going to embarrass himself here, one of my favourite films, so Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and the CD soundtrack of that. CD book set. So this is one I got recently. It's more book than CD. I kind of knew, but I didn't really realise. So this is Thick as a Brick. So this came out a few years ago, went out of stock and was going for stupid money. It's been reissued, so it came out to celebrate the 50th anniversary, I think, maybe even the 40th anniversary. 40th anniversary set. So they've repressed something that came out about 10 years ago, and but it's only, so it's more book than CD. It's just got the one CD and then a surround sound DVD, and there's not many bonus tracks on the CD, but it's got a lavish book. So this is one of my favourite Jethro Tull albums. So yes, I've got a few of their book reissues. I just didn't realise. I thought this maybe at least had 2 CDs in it, but very interesting book, and good to have the record on CD as well, so I can play it when I'm out and about. Live recording. So here's the Lost Broadcast, Dr. John at Ultrasonic Studios, New York, 1973. So it's kind of doing a lot of the stuff that he'd done up to and around that point at WLIR FM broadcast. Yeah, it's really good. There's some really good vibe, good feel to this. It's quite a small. You can tell by the sound of the crowd. You know, there's not many people in the room when this was broadcast, but it's got a really good feel to it. Weird packaging. I've shown this before, I think. So this is Fuchsia, and Life is Like a Party, and this is obviously in a tin, so that's weird, and it's a CD. It's a 5-inch vinyl record with a CD of it as well. So you get a CD vinyl package in a tin. I don't know how weird that is, but most expensive CD. So I've got quite a few box sets and deluxe and things like that are worth more than this, but the one I was trying to find a single CD, so I had a look through my kind of Discogs listing, and the most expensive single CD that I could find is this. So this is Josie and Clark and Ben Walker, The Seas Are Deep. This was kind of like a self-released band in their early days, of some covers, folk covers: Silver Dagger, Hairs on the Mountain, Lily of the West, My Donnell, Black is the Colour, Seas Are Deep, Rain and Snow, Raina Dean, some lovely, and Josie and Clark voice, Ben Walker's guitar. They no longer perform together, but this was a really nice self-released thing to have. Local band, so I'm from Winchester, Hampshire, so not too far away from me is Southampton, and a local band from Southampton is I don't know if they're still going actually, Band of Skulls, a kind of indie garage band. When is this from? This was from 2009. This was their debut. I think it was their debut, certainly an early one. So Band of Skulls. And then finally a mini CD. So I think again I've shown this before. This is Charles Vaughn, April 15th it's called, and it's recordings of him with a piano inside a derelict house, just playing and recording what he recorded on April the 15th on a mini CD. It's just what he happened to be recording in that kind of echoey old derelict house. Okay, so that's it. 17 minutes. So yeah, good idea for a tag. Sorry I'm a bit late. Cheers, bye.